The Notre Dame Fighting Irish gain a big-time running back commitment.
Locked On presents The Portal, the daily podcast covering college football recruiting and everything NIL. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome back into the Portal Podcast, where you get your daily recruiting, NIL, and transfer portal scoop. I'm your host, Brian Smith, longtime college football writer and recruiting analyst. Thank you for making the Portal Podcast your first listen each and every day. And today's bonus episode is all about Javian Osborne, the most recent commitment from Marcus Freeman and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. We're going to break down his film, what I saw of him at Under Armour, and what is the long-term projection for Javian Osborne. Let's start with him in terms of his basic profile. 5'9", 195 pounds. And when I saw him at Under Armour back in January, this is a young man that was really good out of the backfield, catching the football, made players miss, and he was willing to block. That last one is a key point we're going to come back to. But overall, getting to know Osborne, he's just really competitive. If you're going to play running back in today's world, where running backs get chewed up constantly, you better be competitive. And Osborne is just that. Between the tackles is where he does his best work. Doesn't matter if it's a zone or a GT. He's a guy that wants to hit it up in there, and he'll put his face mask right into yours. Javian Osborne does not care. When he has a crease, Osborne will make you pay. Second level speed to get to the end zone and run away from defensive backs. When it's close quarters, and there's really no other way around it, he's got to hit you, he will. But if he's got a little bit of an edge, and he thinks he can get to the outside, his jump cut and his spin move are also very good. Watching his film is also something that's interesting. It's different in an all-star game setting because everybody carries the ball a little bit. He would get the ball play after play at Forney High School just outside of Dallas, and everybody in the stadium knew that he was probably going to get the football quite a bit. It didn't matter if they had an extra guy in the box or what have you. Many times he made great plays. I'm going to put his huddle highlights in the description of this show. If you want to check it out, just check down below. But let me give you a couple of clips that you should absolutely look at. At 124, there's a jump cut that's fantastic. At 155, he's 9 yard deeps on that carry. It shows his vision. It's tremendous. At the 216 mark, there's a long touchdown run that he had earlier that was good, but this one in the red zone might be better. 231. There's a sideline play that shows not only his vision and his guts, but his balance is tremendous. And then finally, he had a broken thumb or a broken hand. I can't remember which, but he had a club on his hand. At the 301 mark, he throws a guy to the ground and makes multiple players miss along the sideline to score. All of that, I have a long list of things. But just overall, the four traits that I like best about Javian Osborne, number one is definitely vision. He sets up everything, whether it's power, whether it's going around you, whether it's using speed, with his vision. Next, it's yards after carry. Even the best running backs sometimes have to grind it out on a first or second down run. Hey, the other team's got players too. If you're bottled up, don't waste steps. Gain what you can. Go on to the next play. Javian Osborne will do that. Next, make you miss. As I've stated, in close quarters, Javian Osborne is a player to be absolutely feared. He will make guys look bad. He YouTubed quite a few guys on his junior film. And finally, again, it's just breakaway speed. The God-given ability that Javian Osborne has is very obvious. Now, let's just break down some of the list of things that I wrote as I was going through his film. I went and watched it a couple of times today. It's really fun. Again, you can find it down in the comment section. Balance along the sideline. Stop and start, even after contact. There's a couple of plays where he bangs off somebody, and then the next guy, he immediately gets back in the zone. He'll stop and start, stutter step, spin move, whatever, to make a second defender miss. Second level burst. What does this mean? A lot of times you've got to be patient to get into the second level, wait for the blocks to formulate, maybe make a guy miss too. But once you get there, there can be no hesitation. He puts his foot in the ground. If there's an opening, Osborne will exploit it. Jump cuts, those are just really fun. Not everybody has the ability that he does, but he doesn't overuse it too. He uses it when needed. Arm tackles, Not a good idea. He's a very strong young man, and he exploits. This is one of the most important things. He exploits the defense. In other words, if there's a hole that somebody just messed up, the run gap fit is wrong, whether that's the hole Javion's supposed to go through or not, he will find it and, again, exploit you. Speed to the house. Goal line. This is probably the thing that I like most about really good running backs because, again, like some plays, it's just not there. You got to get what you can. There were multiple plays where he either scored or got it down to the goal line where he's carrying guys. That's just effort. That's a desire. It's not necessarily something that can be taught. He's a willing pass protector, and he's a guy that will catch it. When I saw him at Under Armour, I saw that, and I also saw it on film. He's going to make that first guy miss, even if he turns around and there's a defender in his face more often than not. Javian Osborne is a big-time player, and I think that with his attitude and his upside, there's really no type of offense that he wouldn't have fit into. If he would have went to Alabama and played for DeBoer, they probably would have thrown it to him a little more. He'd exploited defenses that way. If he'd have went somewhere and played in a Chip Kelly-style offense, outside zone would have been fine. He has the speed and the vision to use it. At Notre Dame, where they run duo and do a little bit more on the interior, not all that different from Forney High School, it'll probably be old hat for him, but he will exploit teams whenever he has an opportunity. Notre Dame got a big-time player in Javian Osborne, and I believe that he has a chance to play pretty early in South Bend. Thank you once again for making the Portal Podcast your first listen each and every day. Truly appreciate you stopping in to get all your latest recruiting, NIL, and transfer portal news. I'm Brian Smith, and I appreciate you coming in. Love doing this. We're going to be doing some more player profiles coming up very soon here on the Portal Podcast.